Today, I'm taking you behind the scenes of my photo shoot, where we played around with an optical snoot, shutter drag, and a star filter, all from my home studio. Hey y'all, I'm Nao. I'm a portrait and fashion photographer, and if you've seen any of my work, especially on Instagram, you know that I love portraiture, I love colors, and I love experimenting and trying different effects to end up with a really cool final image. Well, a couple of days ago, one of my good friends and an amazing makeup artist at thegoldennug on Instagram reached out to me, sent me a quick text message. They had just finished filming a look that they really loved and wanted to see if I was down for a quick shoot, down for something impromptu. And since I do have a home studio set up and they're not too far away, we were able to make something really cool happen. So today I want to take you behind the scenes of how we made that happen, some really cool techniques that we implemented along the way, and hopefully this is valuable to you. As far as lighting, this time we used a 3-light setup. And if you've seen my previous video, you'd know that that is every light that I have. So I used both of my AD300 Pros and the AD400 Pro. For my key light, we used a Godox AD300 Pro with a Godox Optical Snoot as the modifier. For the background light, I use another AD300 Pro, just has a zoom reflector on it with a 50-degree grid to control the spill of light. And behind me, I have a Godox AD400 Pro. And that one has a Godox softbox on it. And that is just to fill in the shadows and make the photo a little bit less dramatic. So inside that key light, within the optical snoot modifier, I have a gobo in there. It's a rectangular gobo. And what that does is it cuts the light into a thin rectangle. And I really like using that effect whenever it makes sense because it creates a little bit of drama, creates some intensity. It creates an intense light fall off between where's lit and where isn't. Okay, so I shoot with Nikon. In this case, I was shooting with my Nikon Z7 with a 24-70 lens on it. One of my favorites to use because it's really versatile. And my camera settings were set to ISO 200. My shutter speed was 1/200 seconds, and my f-stop was 7.1. And this is what the photo looked like. Pretty cool, but I did want to try something a little bit different. The photo is clean, it feels very clean, but I wanted to try to soften the image a little bit. I did two things. I added a star filter to my lens, which creates a bright spot, a star-shaped bright spot wherever you see a specular piece of light, a really bright spot of light. And I changed my camera settings. I added shutter drag. So I changed my camera settings to be ISO 100. I changed my shutter speed to be 0.5 seconds. So that's half a second. Sounds quick, but as photographers know, that is really slow. And lastly, my f-stop was at f8. So by slowing my camera shutter speed all the way down, what that allowed me to do is let more light to hit the sensor so that you can start to see movement and a little bit of blur in the photo. So that softened the image and created this effect. This is what the photo looks like now. And that ended up being my favorite shot of the set. So just to break it down one more time, it was a 3-light setup. We had a key light, a fill light, and a background light. That key light was an optical snoot with a gobo to really focus and pinpoint that light into a rectangle. And then I added shutter drag. I slowed down my shutter speed, let some ambient light in so that we can start to see some ghosting effects with the photo, soften it up, and give it this really cool look. All right, if you have any questions at all, leave a comment below. This is the first time that I'm breaking down one of my photos like this, and I really hope it has been helpful, but I'm sure I missed a couple of things, so definitely leave any comments, any questions down below. And if you're interested in knowing how I built my home studio, definitely check out this video. I think it's really helpful. And as always, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.